when you have access, life is just easier. There's a different type of access to people who know the people behind the scenes.
What's up?
Life of a hustler, gotta do it for mother, gotta do it for father, even though he act like a sucker. Life of a hustler, gotta do it for granny, gotta do it for brothers, even if they think I don't love them. Been get active and hustling.
What's up? We back with another episode of the More Action Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon J, and today we are gonna talk about one of my favorite topics. It has to do with everything, business, mindset, credit. All of them together have to do with access. You know what I'm saying? When you have access, life is just easier. You go, imagine any situation. You go to a restaurant and let's just say that you know the waiter, you know the chef, you know the manager. That's access to an environment at a whole nother level. See, you can get access, granted, by just walking through the front door, but there's a different type of access to people who know the people behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Maybe now you have access to better deals, maybe a free meal, maybe a better seat, maybe access to the rooftop versus the tables inside. It's just an example. Now, when you think about credit, what is that? All it is access to other people's money. The banks are doing nothing but taking loans from us, and we just take the loans back from them. It's a big circle, but most people can't do that. There are people who can't just go to the bank and get what they need. They can get what they put in, and sometimes even that takes time. But access is what it all comes down to. When you think about business, you could go to New York, you can go to Texas, you go to South Carolina. But if nobody knows you, you're not gonna get invited to the networking events as easily as you would if you were in town for a year or two. If you were in and out of businesses, spending money here and there with your competitors who should really be your collaborations, because there is no competition. There's only more access. That's why I wanted to talk about this. When you learn that every door you open is just another form of access, you'll keep trying to open doors. You'll keep going to meet new people, to learn new information. That's why I've been so interested in credit for as long as I have, because I realize it's just access. The more that I got access to funds from other people, I was able to get information from other people and ideas from other people that I can now use in my lifestyle. And now I'm able to teach people things that I didn't even know. There's things that's happened to me on accident that I can now cause to happen to other people on purpose. And that's a great feeling. And that's access. I have access to knowledge. I have access. And I want everybody to get more and more access as the years go on. There's no reason to stay in the same spot, to keep going to the same places, because you can always go back. You ever had a friend that you ain't seen in a year, 2 years? And it's like when you see them, nothing changed. They still know what you want to eat and, how you like, things to be when y'all are hanging out, maybe not too much noise. Let's go chill at the park. I'm not the type to hang out at bars. Like all this, you don't have to ask all those questions because you've had access to this environment before, to this, person's personal space and friendship and all that. And now you don't need to go there over and over again to keep the amount of access you had nor do you need to go there over and over again to remember how to behave and how to operate within that spot, that situation. It's the same with everything I've been talking about so far. You go to a business or you get a new job, people think you got to stay there for 10 years to gain access in all areas of your life. No, you need to get a job and maybe climb the rankings there and then move on, because that skill is now in you. You have it. It's there. You don't have to keep going once you've maxed out. And that's another thing. People don't put in 100%. When you go in on something, go in 100%, because now you can reach the max and move on. If you just go at something, I'm just going through the motions and I'm, just here. I'm another day. You know how people are. You ask them how they doing, and you see them out and about walking around. And, hey, how you doing? You doing good? I'm just living. Ain't that's all you can do is live. You know what I mean? I hate when people say stuff like that, man. Be on something completely until you can max it out, or be on to the next thing. Don't tell somebody, I'm about to write a book, I'm about to start a podcast, and then 2-3 years later, you don't even got a chapter done, you ain't got a video posted. And it's just, you should have either got into that book and wrote as much as you could and just published it. Started that channel, made as many videos as you could until you needed to shift into a new business or whatever. But don't just say you're going to do something, man. You're not going to get access that way. Matter of fact, you're going to get denied access. People will deny you access because of your action. If you don't stick with something, if you don't go after what you said you was going to go after, there are people who will just not invite you to the party. There are people who will just not see the ambition and forget about your name when they're making the list for that yacht party, for that networking event where they need vendors to sell their products. They didn't see you. They didn't see you out hustling and doing what you said you was going to do. So they was like, shit, they forgot about you. You were denied access. It's the same thing with credit. When the bank doesn't see you making deposits, you're not in and out the bank every other week, probably not going to get the best loan, the best credit card. You might get a little something, but you're not going to get the best. Networking, you go to a club, whatever. You might get access, but you won't get the best access, the best parking spot, the best table, whatever. That's my point. Access is what it's all about. It's not about, taking and just taking and competition. It's not enough for both of us. It's not about that. Access allows you to have everything along with everyone else. Collaboration and access. There's no need to think I have to deny someone access in this area so I can have more of it. That's unnecessary. Abundance is everywhere. And if we start to realize I have access to something, somebody else has access to what I need. That's all you ever got to do. Because now you can discover the things you're good at and work on them. Get really good at them. 2 or 3 things. 4 or 5 things. You could be good at a lot. Yes, you should focus on one thing, or one thing at a time. Not forever. That's just my opinion. You should be focused on something until you've maxed it out. And once you max it out, then you move on. Because you have the entire skill still there. You gotta tune it. Gotta work on it every once in a while. But move on. Get more skills. Get more access. So that way, people who have access to other things can come to you for something. That's how you get denied access, is by not having access of something yourself. There's nothing to offer. You don't got nothing to give. Why you want to get everything? You know what I'm saying? There are people who want to fix their credit, right? And they're like, man, I need your help to build my score and clean this report you've been talking about, but I don't got that much money right now. Well, okay. I saw that TV in your living room though. You was posting on Instagram how you was at the club the last 4 weekends, an entire month. You went out every weekend. But you don't have money to spend on something that you actually need. Okay. I don't believe you. There are people who say they don't have the money and they just don't realize they had it. They just spent it on the wrong thing. You will save up for what you want. You really want it. The money, you find the money. You'll get the money because you got that TV. Access is for everybody. And if you think you're the only person who should have access, now you're gonna get that sketchy access, sneaking in back doors and, oh, I'll pay you under the table type shit, man. You don't need it. Access in all areas is abundant. So that's today's topic. I just felt like ranting on that because I think that people think having access, it's no big deal. You know, oh, he was able to get into that stadium with don't worry about that. Oh, he was able to get into that bank and got a loan, 2% interest. Oh, yeah, don't worry about that. Oh, he was able to get into that auction where they're selling land for the low. Yeah, man. See what I'm saying? You miss opportunities when you don't have access, because access puts you in the room. It puts you in the game. Access. Go get you some access, okay? There's no reason to avoid getting access to anything. If you think about it, go after it. Because one day you might need the access you gained in the past. Like I said, there's friends you see every other month, every other year. And when you see them, it's like nothing's changed. You never know when you're going to need some access. So go get some. Don't deny yourself. Don't deny yourself. Because a lot of times that's what's happening. People think they're getting denied. Oh, they denied me. They didn't give me a chance. No, you didn't give yourself a chance. You denied yourself. You just didn't know you was doing that. But now you know. Pay attention. See how you go about situations. Watch every person you say hi to or don't say hi to. When you ignore somebody, you might be ignoring some access. I'm just saying. It's been another episode of the More Action Podcast. And until next time, get some access. I'm your host, Brandon J. Peace!